Hello guys, I'm Futureal. I stream 5 days a week over on twitch.tv/Futureal, and in this video it's the Project Diablo 2 Season 3 Beta Wind Druid that is going to be tested. This is an oldie but a goldie, and unfortunately in the Project Diablo 2 this build hasn't been that great either in Season 1 or Season 2. But it has got some changes in before Season 3, and I heard some rumors that this build might be a little bit better. We made a big effort to create this character. It is, as I see it in this video, probably around a 100 to 120 high rune character on the hardcore ladder. Quite expensive, very, very fun. You can definitely make it work with a lower investment if you want to. There's also a lot of wiggle room you can do with this build, as I will explain in the video. If you enjoy this video, click all the buttons, and until the next beta test video from the hardcore Project Diablo 2 ladder servers, take care, and I will see you then. Alright guys, it's time to test the Wind Druid. We have run him a little bit, and it's looking pretty decent. Let's go through the gear that we chose to go with. We have Canopy Frozen Gores on the Mercenary. We have DR String of Ears, All Res Laying of Hands. We have a 3-socket shaft with 4015s. We have a 3-socket Giant Skull with 1 Shimmering and 2 4015s. And then we have a Wrath Bow with 42% or more, I would say, attack speed. And it takes you to the 101 pierce chance for the Mercenary, and the just above the 152 breakpoint in the attack speed for the Diamond Bow. The character is running on swap. We have 6 bow, we have 3 12 skills on the lidless. We have a Horizons Tornado with FCR, 5 Twister. We have a 3-skill Shaco with all res FHR jewels in them. This you can easily swap for a crafted if you're on the ladder, and then rather go for the +1 here since the crafted has FCR. We have a 219 Druid, +1 skill Storm Shield with 2 sockets with UMS, 2 skill Atmos, 2 sockets with all res FHR jewels. We have FHR Tranks, no, FCR Tranks, FCR BK, FCR Arachnid Smash, FCR SOJ, and we have a Canopy Frozen Water Walks. Inventory is Elemental Skillers across the board, 36 to 40 life, 20 res Torch, 20 res Annihilus. We have life and mana, and some res and mana over, also res and life over here. We have just above 110 all res. We have 34% damage reduction, and we are running max block, as you can see. We also have the 56% FHR breakpoint, and the FCR is 165 for the 163 breakpoint. So we're going to try, and we're going to go for a cow map first. So we're going to go buff up here, swap back. We have the oak and the bear. Run on with the Hurricane, and here we go. So the Wrath on the Act 1 Mercenary has been significantly increased. So the Wrath Bow is very, very nice now. Very nice indeed. Procs a lot, and she also has getting added abilities where she is able to keep herself alive much easier than before. She used to be kind of a wet noodle. To be absolutely honest, her damage is still not impressive, in my opinion, but she does a much better job at staying alive, which means that the amplified damage proc is gonna be up a lot more. We could potentially do that, yeah. You can cast Hurricane on your swap weapon here. That is true. It's just something that is very, very awkward to do when you are in the middle of the run. But if you do play this as your main character, that's something that you should get used to doing. it will give you a few extra skills on your Hurricane. It actually feels very smooth to play this build now compared to what it was in Season 2. I kind of felt like it was a bit clunky in Season 2. Now it actually feels kind of nice. If I am being absolutely honest here. Oh, we have some conviction stuff over here. Oh, a lot of density. So we are getting kind of surrounded, but the page pulls through. Take a look at that. Just spreading that amplified damage. We just destroyed that. This is pretty strong right now. I'm interested in seeing how this is gonna fare against the final boss. We are taking the shortest route to the final boss here, guys, because I don't see any point in clearing this whole map. I'm not even looking at loot, to be honest, because, you know, it's just a test. Diamond Bow has slightly more damage as far as I know. That's why I chose that over the Great Bow. Not anything super evaluation to do that. If the Great Bow, in fact, does end up to be a little bit better, you will just make it in a Great Bow. I didn't really calculate the attack speed breakpoints or the max damage very much, because she doesn't really do very much damage. She's just here to be an amplified damage bot, and as far as this goes, she's doing a really good job. The attack speed is very high, and the uptime is amazing. The issue you have with Puspitter is that it wouldn't compete with Conviction. Why would it compete with Conviction? Conviction is up 100% of the time. I refuse to believe that you can have Puspitter procced at all times, simply because that's a when struck, isn't it? It's a chance to cast when you are struck, if I'm not mistaken. You were thinking for Rabies Druid, but okay. For Rabies Druid, interesting. Let me do a quick rebuff here. Kill that thing. There we have. Oh, we should cast with that on that weapon swap. So yeah, this is it's a very cool build, very cool build. At the moment, it is a fairly expensive build, I would say. I mean, you saw the gear. You also see that we do have a bear. I tried this briefly in a map before making this video, and there were several suggestions from Twitch chat here, and one of them that I thought would do really well was to actually put a point in the Grizzly. And this is a lot more smooth, I would say, with the Grizzly than without. And I definitely think that going with 1 point in Grizzly is worth it. You could, of course, hit the absolute jackpot and have a crafted Druid helmet with 5 to Twister and 1 to Grizzly, or, you know, points to Grizzly. But don't count on that. That's gonna be very hard. So yeah, the last boss here in the cow map works pretty good. It wasn't the most amazing boss damage I've seen in my life, but the AoE here is pretty cool, I have to say. I'm liking this build a lot. This is a really good candidate for a fun and efficient character. But that's gonna be that for the cow map. We're gonna jump into a different map now and try something a little bit tougher. So this is gonna be a 280% Throne of Insanity. We will be back with the next map momentarily. Alright, time for Throne of Insanity Here we go. This is my least favorite spawning position when it comes to Throne of Insanity. So what is this? 34, 19 if we swap. 16, 31. Yeah, you definitely want to spawn these on your swap weapon. And you also want to activate your Hurricane with your swap weapon. So let's check this real quick here. We have 12 to 13k twister damage. The build that we have gone is 1 point in Summon Grizzly. Let's get back to the Oak Sage later. We max all the twister synergies. We have 1 point in Cyclone armor, and we have enough points in Gust so that the battle command buff from Call to Arms will take you to 30 points and the 0.5 teleport. After that, I had just dumped all my remaining points into Oak Sage. So let's see how this build fares against a little bit of a tougher map in Throne of Insanity. And this is a nearly 300% density map right here, with cows. And I think there was also some added health on this map? Seems like just going pretty well. Just took a mad leap over the wall there. Just to get a little bit faster to the final boss. Because, as I said before in the other video, there is no need to clear the entire map. Oak down, yes, I saw it. We went for the rebuff there. So yeah, you should try your best to keep those alive at all times. You know, I know it's not easy, especially when you're teleporting or gusting a lot. Those spirits have a tendency to get omega wrecked. But yeah, just do what you can and try your best to keep them alive. Yeah, the bear is very, very tanky. And the good part is his hitbox is actually larger than you. So if you teleport right in the smack middle of something really, really nasty, he is gonna take hits before you do. Oh, we have an elite here. No wonder that one is annoyed. Was immune to cold. Yeah, he was immune to cold. No wonder. So the rotation here is a little bit strange. But you're gonna get used to it. And it's a very, very fun build actually. I'm enjoying this a lot. It's not gonna replace the throw barb as my pick this season, I think. Yeah, you won't. Obviously, on hardcore, you wouldn't need the strength bug more than once. We have a missing Oak Sage again. Oh wait. The Oak Sage does get ripped. It does. I'm wondering if the play is to go for something a little bit more sustainable. I'm kind of baffled that the mercenaries stood through that. Let me get some potions here. Oh, not having a loot filter really sucks. Oh, she's leveling up. Not bad. I wonder if the play is to actually stutter step here. To try and shield the Oak Sage. Could be a thing. Oh, maybe activate that as well. Oof, it's so awkward to remember to activate the hurricane on the swap. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a sort of like a method on how to deal with the spirit kind of getting ripped when you're teleporting. Maybe the right thing is not to necessarily gust everywhere, but to like stutter step. Oh, but there's one back here wrecking it. Let's actually try to rebuff for real here. Rebuff that, and then let's try the stutter stepping method. Nah, it's just running straight ahead. Why doesn't the spirit naturally migrate behind you? That is a little strange to me. It's unlikely that this is going to be my character for Season 3. I think I will play Throw Barb. I think for the Hydrate, I will sort it out after we kill the final boss here. Yeah, exactly. I think it actually walks randomly, which is not good. It should migrate behind you. So what I was thinking was that if you do like stutter stepping, would that make it any better, or would like less likely to that something hits your spirit? But I do need to teleport as well, right? I need the amplify damage. Maybe I should teleport more aggressively to keep putting the bear forward so that he can tank. Maybe that is the play. To be like super aggro. Yeah, you will recast it if it dies, of course, but it's still annoying to have to recast the spirit all the time. But actually, we're having a bit better luck here when we are playing quite aggressively, I would say. Gusting a lot, making sure that the bear and the bear's hitbox is on top of both me and the Oak Sage. I mean, this actually works much better than I thought. Hyper aggro. But then it's going to be very, very important that you teleport correctly. You don't. If you miss a teleport here, if you're playing super aggro and you teleport too far in, or you teleport into a Might Archer group, it's going to be a bad time. But I like this. I like this much better when being quite aggressive here. I think also for this build, you would want to get some life after kill on your jewelry or on some sort of corruption. I definitely think that life after kill is very, very important here. My mana bar seems to be doing just fine without anything in particular. But my health pool, you know, you take a little hit here and there. Now, if you move back, the Oak Sage will stay. So we just have to keep blasting forward, and it's actually working, which is it's actually quite cool, actually, to be honest. If you play the build very aggressively, it actually works out better. Because the spirit doesn't wander off into weird places. Oh, that's an elite over here. Oh, that's the boss as well. So yeah, as you can see, and I mentioned it before when we did the cow map, personally don't think that this boss damage is super impressive. I have to say that. Let's rebuff this shit. The boss damage is not very impressive here, but that's not what the build is for either. Use tornado versus the boss. Okay, give me a second. Where did I put my tornado? I haven't bound my tornado actually. Maybe I should do that for that purpose. Get a healing potion here. Get that going. Did we actually end up killing the boss? Or did he go somewhere else? No, there he is. Well, it's not terrible though, but it is it's not impressive. Hang on. Let's go for tornado. Where is he? There. Oh, this boss is so annoying. And the tornado doesn't make it any better, to be honest. Tornado was equally bad, in my opinion. Yeah, I like this build quite a lot. Very, very interesting changes from Season 2. I don't really know... I don't really know how much they have changed things, but it's more about how it feels. It just feels so much smoother than it did in Season 2. Very, very enjoyable build. There is obviously things that you probably should do. I think the biggest takeaway from this is that you definitely want to find room for life after kill. Life after kill would be huge for this build. So I think that you're going to want to have that on one of your pieces. That would be my guess. So yeah, have fun with this build. It's very, very nice. Mercenary stayed alive the whole time. You practice enough to keep your spirit and your bear alive. Maybe you can redistribute some points. Maybe you can not even play Oak Sage if you don't want to, and go for Summon Grizzly or more points in Cyclone Armor. That's all up to you. But that's gonna be it for this video. And the next one we are gonna work on, starting on next streaming start, which would be for me on Monday. We are going to try out the Hammerdin. It's been buffed. It's still said to be not great, but yeah, we're going to try it and see what we can do.